What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Payne. Welcome back to another Final Fantasy VII Evercrisis video. Alright guys, I got a lot to talk about today. This video specifically, I'm going to focus on a couple things, and then I'm going to make another video talking about the status of the game and why I think this game could be absolutely bigger than it is and how I think they should accomplish it. But first, I want to do a couple things. Number one, I want to give a big shout out for a couple birthdays. So number one, happy birthday to my son. Who turned 4 today. Just know that Dad is always proud of you if you ever see this when you're older, or hell, if you see it now, just know you make me the happiest man in the world for being my son. Thank you so much for giving me the privilege of being your dad, and I couldn't have asked for a better child, honestly. Don't tell that to your sister, I love her as well too, but happy birthday, son. 4 years old, great way to make your dad feel old. Speaking of which, another big birthday. I want to make a big shout out to one of the main content creators for this game, as a matter of fact. A shout out to Smelly Octopus for having, I think, the same birthday as my son. So, Scorpios all around. So, happy birthday, man. Hope you enjoy it. Continue doing what you're doing. You're doing great things for the community and for this game. So, just wanted to get those out of the way. And then it's your boy's birthday in 2 days. So, I'm turning 40 on the 19th. So, we got a lot of Scorpios covering this game and in this family. So, wanted to get those out of the way. Anyone else who has a birthday, let me know. I will give you a shout out. It's a big part of what I do. I love supporting the community as much as I can. But with that being said, I want to talk about some things that are coming out soon. Things that a lot of people have been waiting for, as a matter of fact. And this update is going to be a massive one, okay? And then I want to talk about some things that in another video, I think I'll more touch on this, but I'll touch on it a little bit here, of how this game could break the mold for what people consider gacha games and how it's doing it wrong. And I want to talk about ways to fix it, and also just a little bit of why Final Fantasy VII plays such a big role in a lot of people's lives, right? So we'll talk more about that later, but update content announcement is here. We're pleased to introduce the next schedule. It's going to be happening on my birthday. What a birthday gift. Love it. The 19th. Coming soon. So Final Fantasy VII new chapter release. You guys know what this chapter is. This is one of the most famous chapters in the game. It's the Nibelheim chapter where Cloud and Sephiroth go visit his hometown. You actually get to use Sephiroth in this, in the original. You get to use him in the brand new Rebirth that's coming out in this exact chapter. So very, very excited, and I'm hoping we get to use adult Sephiroth. And like you guys see, they have an actual character for him. So we may be getting adult Sephiroth soon. Who knows? It might actually happen, guys. So if it doesn't, it doesn't. But the fact is, I hope they let us use him, at least stick with tradition. Every game has allowed us to use him in this chapter. I hope we get to use him here as well, too. And that will give me hope that we get the badass himself as a character eventually, right? So it's called Cloud's Memories. Chapter 4 will be released. The story depicts Cloud and his friends' next journey after escaping Midgar. This event will be unlocked by completing Chapter 3, Goodbye Midgar, of the Final Fantasy VII storyline. Coming soon as well, couple brand new Criterion dungeons and Crisis dungeons. We have Mount Nibel and then Shinra building very hard. That'll be the new very hard one. I'm very excited to try this one here. Normal to very hard as well too, right? So this honestly brings back so much memories. This is where it all began. Like really, if you think about it, where the story really took a turn and where we finally figured out more about Sephiroth, he figured out more about himself and got twisted. And then the real story for Cloud, Zack, and everything happened. And Tifa as well, actually. This is where it all began. It plays such a pivotal role in the storyline that I think it's brilliant that they brought this out. I know a lot of people are saying, hey, like, what about Crisis Core, etc. I honestly, guys, for me personally, this is the best option to bring out because, again, I think it's the core. It's the center of the story. It's where everything gets altered, right? The minds of our characters, the characters themselves, right? And it plays, like I said, a core role in the development of the storyline that is Final Fantasy VII that we know and love. So this, I think, was an absolute genius way to bring out, and having it as a dungeon, even better. Now we get to experience it, okay? Mount Noble will be added, the Criterion Crisis Dungeon, the Shinra building will be added as well, too. This is crazy. Going already to level 60, I think this is too quick, personally. And I'll tell you guys why I think it's too quick. I think it's too quick because, well, the good thing is they're releasing a character EXP7, which means we'll be able to get our lower-end characters up faster, which is great. So 55 will not be an issue anymore, I think. It'll be a lot faster to get there. The problem I have with level 60 already, and I know why they're doing it. They're trying to cater to their whales. I get it, guys. And I'm telling you now, a lot of whales have complained about this game. I'm getting constant messages from different spenders being like, Payne, you got to talk about this problem, man. You got to talk about this issue. We have nothing to do. I'm going to say this now for that topic, just quickly, briefly on this. While I understand that there isn't as much content to do for a lot of the bigger whales, I also have to think about the community in general, right? Because a lot of this content that's being released is released in the mindset of you're going to take time to get this done. For example, Tower 70 shouldn't be done in one day. They brought it out with the mindset that every person should be taking at least a couple months to get Tower 70 done, but most whales finish it in day one. So it's like a hit and miss for me here, but again, we'll talk more about this in the other video that I really want to touch on. I think it's super important. It's an important topic, and I will definitely bring it up, guys. So let me bring that up in the other video, but this is exciting, at least to some whales. For me personally, I think it's too quick. The reason why I think it's too quick is because this EXP7 should be brought out a while ago. So this was perfect timing. I think even actually it's a little late. The level 60, the problem I have with it, of course, is there's a lot of free-to-play players and some small spenders still struggling with the EX1 rune, for example, that's out right now. If you're introducing a brand new level cap, you're also going to introduce more difficulties, which is going to, I think, widen the gap even further for people to be able to finish content, right? So I have a little bit of fear of that because I noticed that when they did 55, everything else got way harder. Again, it's not a bad thing, but it just might be a little early. So I would have personally liked to see this happen maybe after Christmas, but it is what it is, right? I mean, we'll move on, we'll adapt. Before modifications unlocked at 57, after modifications, now the character stream is unlocked at 57 and 60, so this would have been unlocked at 60. So you get two different stat streams now, which is kind of cool. That'll help you get a little bit more out of it. Unlock character EXP level 7, as we talked about, and then note subject things can change. Okay, so I think this is all great stuff. I think this is well needed stuff. On the 19th, it's a big day. A lot of big things are happening. I want to say this before I jump into my next video, which I think is going to touch upon the game itself overall. And I really hope you guys watch it because I think it's going to resonate with a lot of you. And I really, really want to hear your comments and thoughts on this because as an OG Final Fantasy player, one who's finished every single Final Fantasy game numerous times and is in love with the franchise from top to bottom, I'm not a mark for Final Fantasy and overall, but I do have a soft spot for the game because of how it molded my childhood. I'm an author as well, right? So I wrote a book, and games like Final Fantasy helped me when at a time where video games were shunned upon, and people thought if you played games you were a waste of time, etc. It helped me create an imagination through the game experience, the storylines, and everything that I played, and allowed me to become an author, allowed me to write a book, allowed me to have creative juices, allowed me to help me draw things, inspired me to become more artistic in a way that I believe if I didn't play video games would have allowed me, right? And I think Final Fantasy plays a pivotal role in that, and I can't help but love the franchise no matter what happens, right? But there are problems, and I think I want to talk about this in the next video and how they can fix them. And I think it'll resonate with a lot of you. So I really do hope you guys tune in on that one and give me your comments because nothing matters more to me than the community's feedback. And sometimes, guys, honestly, our voices are heard. Anyways, very exciting things coming up very soon, guys. So stay tuned. Again, happy birthday to my son. Happy birthday, Octopus. Happy birthday me in 2 days, I guess. I'll see you guys on that one. But this is Payne. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys think of this. Do you guys think it's too soon? Not for the story increase. I think that's too late. But I think in regards to the increase in level, I don't know how you guys feel about that. Personally, I think a little bit too soon, but not the end of the world. All right, guys. See you guys in the next one.